Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to episode 2 of Father Knows Boost. Today I'm going to be pulling the engine in my 98 Eclipse GST. The only thing that this car doesn't have right now is the exhaust. The fuel injectors are also out of the car, so I'm going to be pulling it out completely. I'm going to start by removing the cylinder head. I'm going to remove the block and the transmission, some of the bolt points that I can get to a little bit easier once the head is off. Now I also have already drained the oil and the coolant. The oil drain line is removed, oil feed line is removed. Alright, now that this nut is off, now I have one more thing connected, so I need to get the intercooler piping. Is this an 8 or a 10? Slide this intercooler piping out. There we go. Obviously, there's always a reason for something to get stuck. Piece of my exhaust. See the O2 sensor. I have my turbo taken out. This was something that I came up with to keep the wastegate shut. Eye bolt, and that's just holding that tight. The radiator is 4 bolts, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it pops up. But the important thing with the radiator is that you have the upper pipe and the lower pipe for the coolant. So you have to disconnect both of those. Anyways, so radiator is out. I don't know where to put this. Exhaust, manifold, turbo, all that off. Next, I'll take off the intercooler. I got this from AutoZone for I think like $10. You could probably get this from Harbor Freight too. I've got this specifically for my piping, so exhaust, intercooler. I didn't have to carry around my giant kit. I could just take around this little kit. So something like this is very handy to keep in your car at all times, especially because these sockets are long. Yes, 12, and then in here is another 12. And there you go. So now we take a look at the car and we see that we have a lot more room to work with now. And this is after half an hour, real time. The next step is all of the electrical connections. I am going to be disconnecting those. I would, for example, either like color code, somehow just mark where everything is coming from. And as long as you know what everything is, then you know where it goes back. And if you don't know what it is, then don't just take something off and say, oh, I'll figure it out later. If you don't know what it is, mark it with, like, look it up before you just throw it somewhere, and make sure that you look it up to find out what it is. And then after you find out what it is, mark it and mark where it went, and then you can set it off to the side. Because so many times you just set it off to the side and say, oh, I'll get back to it, and then it's 3 months later and you look at it and you're like, all right, where does this go? Now this is the point of no return. All 10 head studs are off. Real far. Disconnect the clutch. For engine mounts, we also have to disconnect the axle. I'm going to stop it here so I can get the directions up to remove the axles. Alright, so the next thing that I have to do is remove this nut on each side. And I realized that I already have the car jacked up, and unless somebody is sitting in the driver's seat to press the brake pedal, that's the only way that would work. So I came up with this solution. Mount my wheel on just with 3 nuts. I'm going to jack up the wheel as if it's on the ground. Now it's like a loaded suspension, and there I can take off the wheel, the nut, essentially, just like that. Now I can go do it to the other side. The setting you can get to better. And breaker bar, it is off. Before I stopped to look at the manual for the axles, because I forgot how to do that, I was about an hour in even. So now that the axles are all done, I'm ready to pull the engine. The axles probably take 15 minutes or so, but I was going back and forth between the manual. But let's get some Chipotle. 4. Mount 3 of 4. And motor mount 4 of 4. All right, let's do it. I'm going to need to lower the car, maybe. Let's see. I may be able to just slide this over. Oh, look at that. It clears. Out. Took the 4G63 turbo engine out of my 98 Eclipse. That is all of episode 2. Hey guys, I just wanted to say thanks for watching the video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. My website has just launched. The URL is fkboost.com. If you have a DSM, a lot of information about good resources like DSM tuners, VFAQ, and if you need any services done for like engine building, turbo, transmission, or remote tuning, I have a bunch of links to a lot of members in the community that actually do that kind of work as well. With that, I just wanted to say thanks. Make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you next time.